Hi, this is Alex from phpacademy.org, and this is a video tutorial for the new Boston. In this video we're going to look at the asterisk selector, which selects all elements on a page or within a particular area of your page. The first example we're going to look at is showing how many elements are currently on the page, so all of the elements you see on the page, and then we'll look at creating a div and counting the elements inside of it. Obviously I've already explained in the last tutorial, with the selector you can perform actions on a specific set of elements. So although in this video we're actually counting the elements, the selectors are not obviously just used for counting. Okay, so let's go ahead and just leave this page as it is, but we'll head over to selectors.js and start to write out our code. So I'm going to write create a variable called count, and this is going to be equal to the total amount of elements on the page. So to grab the total amount of elements, what we want to do is just use the asterisk selector here on its own, and we want to produce a count from this. So we want to select everything on the page and then retrieve the actual count that we have back from this. Because this on its own will only select, it won't actually give how many elements have been returned in the specified set. And remember, the specified set is everything. So if we go ahead and add dot length onto the end of this, count now contains a list of all the elements, or a number of all of the elements on the page. So as you can see, we've got a few elements on the page here. So when we go ahead and alert this out to the user, we should have let's have a look, we'll have 7 elements on the page. We should do anyway. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. So you see we get the count 7. So that has selected every single element on this page and returned the length that this selector has returned, which happens to be 7. So now we want to go ahead and select elements only from a particular area. So to do this, we can go ahead and in our index.php page create a div. We'll give it an ID, so we'll say area, and then inside here we can create some elements. So this is a paragraph, and let's go ahead and create a button as well. And then finally, let's go ahead and create a span. Okay, so let's go ahead and refresh the page. We'll get 11 up now because we've added another 3 elements onto this. However, another 4 elements onto this, sorry. That includes our div in the outer area here as well. But what we actually want to do is only select these elements that we actually find useful. So let's just say we wanted to change the color or add a class to only these elements. We don't want to select the entire page contents. So inside selectors, we actually now want to specify the area that we want to select, and this is area because we've created a div with these 3 elements inside. So we can just reference this area, and then we can say dot find, and inside of this we can use the asterisk. So instead of actually specifying the asterisk in this first selector, we specify the area and then we use find and then we specify an asterisk. It's still going to return the length, but this time when we refresh the page it should return a length of 3. So now you can see we've got a length of 3 because that's counted the elements within that div. So selectors generally are used to obviously reference particular objects on your page. You can either reference by an ID, in this case we referenced earlier by area. We used a hash because we've used an ID, and then we specified the name. And then we counted the amount of elements using the asterisk inside of here. Now we've got 1 paragraph inside of here, so let's go ahead and check what would happen if we change this to a P. So let's refresh the page. You can see that we've got 1 returned to the user. That's because there's only 1 paragraph within this area here. So we first of all used the selector to select the outside area, and then we're looking internally to find a specific element. We'll look more at P and other different selectors in the next few videos. But for now, that's the asterisk selector in jQuery.